Hi guys, so here we're going to talk about pretty much converting units using something called dimensional analysis. It's a chemist's best friend. You'll need your notes and you'll definitely need a calculator for this one as well. So we're going to go through what dimensional analysis is as well as several examples to help you out. So dimensional analysis is just conversion factors used to help you cancel out units. So we know that 1,000 grams is equal to 1 kilogram. We could also write this out as 1 kilogram over 1,000 grams or 1,000 grams over 1 kilogram. No matter what, all of these are all equal to one another. So let's take a look at this first example and figure out how to cancel out units in order to get to the unit that we want. So we have 0.0320 kilograms and we want to convert it into grams. So I'm going to start with the number that they give me, 0.0320, and the unit, which is kilograms. And I'm just going to put this over 1 because I'm going to use one of these fractions to help me out. And I know for a lot of you guys, putting this over 1 helps you figure out the rest of it. So I know that I want to get into grams on the next side. So I have to be able to cancel out kilograms. So which one of these two, 1 or 2, do you think we'll use? Since we want to get rid of kilograms that are on the top, we want to put kilograms on the bottom, so we'll actually use conversion factor number 2. So we have 1,000 grams over 1 kilogram. Let's go ahead and cancel out that unit. Let's get rid of it. We got rid of kilograms, and now we're in a unit that we do want, which is grams. So when we convert this over, calculate it out. So just calculate the top, so 0.0320 kilograms times 1,000 should just give you 32.0 grams. All right? Check your answer, make sure it makes sense. Emphasize the decimal point, make sure you have a unit, and put a box around your final answer. Alright, so we're good to go there. Let's go ahead and try this for pounds into kilograms. Alright, so I know that 1 kilogram is equal to 2.2 pounds. So if I have 110 pounds, I want to know how many kilograms this is equal to. So I'm going to put that 110 pounds over 1 and then convert it by one of the conversion factors. Now I know 1 kilogram over 2.2 pounds is the same as, 2.2 pounds over 1 kilogram. So we have to figure out which conversion factor to use. We want to be able to get rid of pounds that's already on the top, so let's use this one since the pounds is on the bottom. So I have 1 kilogram over 2.2 pounds. All right, let's get rid of pounds. Cancel, cancel. And we're left with the unit we want. Now, let's make sure that you know how to put this into your calculator. You have 110 times 1. Well, that's just going to be 110. That fraction is your division sign. So divide 110 by 2.2. When you put this into your calculator, you should get 50 kilograms. And we want to make sure that we have 2 sig figs. So let's put a decimal right there. So that's your answer. All right. Again, you have units and a box, and your decimal is big and bold. So example number 3. You're on a boat and have 45 feet of anchor rope. The depth gauge is reading at 9.2 fathoms. Do you have enough rope to reach the bottom? This may never happen to you, but this actually surprisingly happened to me the other day. And I needed to know if we had enough rope. So we can figure out that 1 fathom is equal to 1.829 meters, and 0.3048 meters is equal to 1 foot. Those conversion factors should be given to you. If I don't give them to you and it's not obvious, then let me know, and I'll help you guys out. Alright, so let's figure out the information that we need to know or that we have to figure out. So you have 45 feet of anchor rope, and the depth gauge is reading 9.2 fathoms. Do you have enough rope? So let's make sure we figure out how many fathoms or how many feet down we have below us. So let's take that first one, 9.2 fathoms. The abbreviation for fathom is FATH. Let's put it over 1. And let's convert this over to feet, because I have my anchor rope in feet, and I want to just be able to convert that easily. I could have also converted my feet over to fathoms. It doesn't matter, but I just started this way. So let's see, which one of these two will we use first? Well, this one gets rid of fathoms, so let's figure out which way to put it. I know I have fathoms at the top, and I want to get rid of it, so I'm going to put fathoms on the bottom, and that's equal to 1.829 meters. Now, many of you guys are just tempted just to put this in your calculator and keep going and then just kind of rounding eventually. That's silly. That's bad chemistry. That's bad math. you want to make sure you keep going. So that way you have the most accurate number. You didn't round in the middle. You just want to round at the end. Alright, so let's get rid of fathoms, and you're now in meters. I want to get into feet, so let's go ahead and do that. I know that I'm going to use the second one here. So I'm going to put meters on the bottom and use the number that's attached to it. So I have 0.3048 meters is equal to 1 foot. I can get rid of meters, and now I'm going to punch this into my calculator. Now, to make this simpler on yourself, let's figure out what we need to do. It's the 9.2 times the 1.829 divided by 0.3048 meters. This is how I want you to put this in your calculator. Use parentheses. Parentheses are your best friend. So 9.2 times 1.829, and then the division, close out that parenthesis, that's the numerator. Divide that by whatever in the denominator, which is 0.3048, and that's how I want you to put this into your calculator. When you do, you should get a bunch of different numbers. Let's figure out how many sig figs we want. Let's see, we have 2. Conversion factors you don't have to worry about for sig figs with those, so we just want to round this down to 2 sig figs. So this comes down to 55 feet. So meaning, right below your boat is 55 feet of water, then you hit land. Will you have enough rope to anchor? And no, you don't have enough rope. There's not enough rope. And write that all out. Also box that, because that is part of your answer. Alright. Example number 4. You're at La Ronde with a friend who's 5 foot. Yes, that happens. The ride is only allowed for people who are above 150 centimeters. Can your friend ride the ride? So you know that an inch is equal to 25.4 millimeters. That's something I've given you. I haven't given you some of the obvious stuff, though, because you should be able to figure this out. So let's figure out, we can go from feet to centimeters or centimeters to feet. So let's go from feet to centimeters. Your friend might need to know this later on, too. How many centimeters are in 5 feet? So I know I'm going to start out with, let's go to this one. I'm going to start off with 5 feet. Put that over 1 to make it easier on yourself. And my conversion factors give me an inch and millimeters. I don't have either here, but I do know that 12 inches, oopsies, that's bad. There we go. 12 inches is equal to 1 foot. That's one of the obvious ones that you should have. Okay, kiddos? Alright, and then I can use this conversion factor here. So I'm going to put 25.4 millimeters on the top. Get that decimal in there. Over 1 inch, because I want to be able to cancel out inches. Now this is asking about centimeters. I'm in millimeters, so I need to know how many centimeters there are in a millimeter. So I know that 1 centimeter is equal to 10 millimeters. All right, let's get rid of the millimeters. I'm in a unit that I want. So let's figure out how we put this into our calculator. Use those parentheses. So 5 times 12 times 25.4, close out the parenthesis, divided by 10. Now, you can also, you know that 5 times 12 is 60, so you can make it 60 times 25.4 divided by 10. No matter what you do, just make sure you use those parentheses in there, because that helps you out. So this ends up being, let's see, 152.4 centimeters. So your friend is tall enough to ride the ride. Yay, that's awesome. By the way, this roller coaster is at La Ronde. It's called Goliath, and it's pretty awesome. So if you do like roller coasters, it's great. I do suggest it. All right, you're still in Montreal. Gas is 1.195 Canadian dollars per liter. You have a 10-gallon tank and $40 US. Will you have enough money to fill the tank? This, again, very practical way of using dimensional analysis, darlings. So, we know that gas is 1.195 Canadian dollars per liter, and you have a 10-gallon tank and $40 US. So let's start out with the 1.195. 1.195. Now, this is per liter. That means that liters come down here, and your Canadian dollars go up here. All right, so 1.195 Canadian over liters. I want to convert this over to US and into gallons. So I'm going to convert it first, go into US dollar. All right, I'll use this conversion factor here to help me. So 1 US dollar is equal to 1.27 Canadian dollars, or yep, Canadian. I can cancel out the Canadian dollars. Good, so I'm in US dollars, but I'm still in liters in the denominator. I want to get into gallons. So we can still do this, even though liters is up there, excuse me, down there. I'm going to put the 3.79 liters up top per 1 gallon. Let's get rid of the liters and liters. Alright, so I'm in US dollars per, the per means the fraction, gallons. So let's calculate this out. In parentheses, in your calculator, 1.195 times 3.79 divided by 1.27. Alright, so I want you in class to tell me if you will have enough money to fill your 10-gallon. Oh, actually, we need to figure out, we have a 10-gallon tank, right? We're not done yet. We want to know if we have enough money. So we have a 10-gallon tank. I can put my 10 gallons up here to cancel out that. Alright, so let's see, 3.79 times the 10, get that all in parentheses, divided by 1.27. Now, when we're in class, I want you to tell me if there is enough money, if there's any money left over, tell me how much money there's left over. Alright? Or if there's not enough money, tell me how much more money you need. When I come around to check on answers, or I might give you a piece of paper when I'm looking at this, and I just want you to write down what the answer is for this example and hand that in. Now, don't cheat. Don't give this answer to anyone else. I want you to figure it out. Same thing with example 6. We have 170 days of classes. Assuming an average of 60 minutes per class period, how many days are we in class? Meaning I want you to convert this over to days. So we'll help start you out. We know we have 170 days of class. So 170 class days. Get this over 1. And I know that I'm in class for 60 minutes per day, per class day. I want to figure out how many actual real days that we're actually in class for. So class days, cancel. I'm in minutes, so I want to get minutes over into days. I know that 1 hour is, or 60 minutes are in 1 hour. And I know that there are 24 hours in 1 day. So I can cancel out those. And now I want you to calculate this out for me, darlings. So again, on the piece of paper that I give you, tell me what the answer is for number 5 and for number 6. So to summarize, cancel out units and make sure that you're punching these into your calculator correctly. Use parentheses to help you, and don't be afraid of fractions. Have a great day, guys. Take care.